clear skies, but pretty chilly. That's the situation in Green Bay, Coach. Actually had a dusting of an autumn snow last night, but that's gone, and we are set for football at Lambeau Field. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the New Orleans Saints and the Green Bay Packers. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line.
Ready? Blue waiting. Check 53. Tackle.
They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. And that is the kind of tackling they want to see all game, as he'll lose yardage to start things out. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
At the 20-yard line.
Mike. Ready. Blue ready. 3. Mike. Hey, let's get that home.
Kamara looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain that time, and it leaves him with 3rd and 11 coming up. Little trouble thus far on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 11. To throw, Winston. He is going to find Hill here. 12 yards there, good for a Saints first down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Winston. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. Now Winston. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches had told me in the past. The biggest teaching point, get your head around. Locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That was nice.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10.
Mike, 53.
To the air again with Winston. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. Looking for Thomas, but that's intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander. He was trying to hit Thomas that time. They are in a zone. Remember, folks, 4 interceptions for this defense a week ago. First drive, make it number 5.
And the focal point will be the people who pick the ball out of the air. But let's not forget, to make that happen, it has to be an excellent pass rush, terrific coverage where they are plastered to the receivers, and then, of course, taking it away, making the catch, and going in the other direction.
On 1st and 10, Love. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
That's It's going to be caught. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. That goes for a gain of 31. Looking to throw. Love gets this to his running back, Aaron Jones. No gain, and it's second down. If you're going to pass down here, you better get that in the end zone.
I agree with you totally, and as we both know, the field's already condensed. There's just not a lot of space, so you've got to create some by getting some people downfield into the end zone. If you want to throw it short, you've got to have some movement, some room in order to do that.
And he'll take this one in for a Packer touchdown. Marquez Valdez-Scantling. Touchdown number 15 of the year. As his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 7-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 to score as they start 1st and 10. A nice run on first down gets him 6 yards to the 31. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
All right, Brand, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Winston. This is complete to Michael Thomas. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Well, that's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books. But now they have to make that up again, don't they?
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Jameis to throw it. Open man is Hill. He's got it. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 14 yards is the pickup. First down, New Orleans.
The beauty of route running is it doesn't matter what position. Everyone's doing the same thing. In this case, tight end, selling the vertical route. Get the defensive back on his heels, break off for the corner. And with good timing, you get a completion, as we just saw there.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Running with Kamara. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. To throw is Winston. Being chased out left. And the catch made. This is Emmanuel Sanders. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 44-yard line.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, he was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Here's Winston. He'll let this go for the end zone. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. The first down line at the 34 here on 3rd down.
53 is the mark. 53. Check 53. Damn. 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50.
From the gun, Winston. And the pressure gets there, and Winston goes down. Zadarius Smith in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year. The first look at the NFL scoreboard comes from the Motor City. It's the Lions that have grabbed the early lead. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in the 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say.
They've got his man complete. And all the way down to the 42. It's a big play there for Green Bay. 42 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Back to throw. Love. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. A gain of 37.
That's another Packers first down. 1st and goal at the 5-yard line.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. From the gun, Love. And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. Alan Lazard, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make the score 14-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything, at least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
And that was a heck of a shot right there by Jameis Winston. Boy, he has a superior right arm, doesn't he? You saw him play baseball.
Yeah, he's actually a switch hitter in baseball. Outfielder and then, of course, a very hard-throwing pitcher. That's translated well in the National Football League.
That it has. When he has to make that throw on a line, he's got plenty of arm to do it.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. The target that time, Michael Thomas. And now it's second down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Winston. And it's caught. The tight end Hill. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 38-yard line.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
First down carry. It's Kamara. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
At the Packers' 34-yard line.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Throwing. Winston gets this one to Hill. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
The Saints on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Working out of the gun, Winston. Flush to his right. He can run for it, and he will. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. For a big guy, Jameis sure can move. Did a nice job there picking up the first down with his legs. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Mike 42. Mike 42. Check. Mike 42.
Here's Kamara off the draw. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Throwing on 2nd down, Winston. And he'll lay out and pull it in. What a diving catch there. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down. That catch now puts him on the doorstep of 500. It's his 499th reception. Here's Winston. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now, that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
Now Lutz for the field goal try. From the left hash mark, this a 43-yard attempt. The kick by Lutz is good. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. So I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone and get you 6?
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Throwing to start the drive. Love. Eluding the pressure right. This one to the right, caught by Valdez-Scantling. And he'll go out near midfield. At the 49.
4 yards. And the Packers first down. First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
Silver.
Operating from the gun, Love. He's going to rifle one deep left side. This is caught. Touchdown, Packers. Marquez Valdez-Scantling, his second TD of the game and 16th on the season. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. No going for two. They'll kick the point after. And it's 21-3. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
Let's go.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down 21-10 as opposed to 21-3. 21-10, a little more optimism, a little more bounce around the locker room, a little more discussion about how they're going to finish this thing off. 21-3, I think discouragement clouds that locker room.
Yeah, and I think a touchdown much bigger than a field goal on this drive just to get into the end zone and get that momentum. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line. Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets him into a 3rd-and-1 situation. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
It certainly is. Time to get the sweaters out, my man.
Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 14 yards is the pickup. First down, New Orleans. They'll run. This is Kamara. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Wait. Slam. Let him go.
Winston now. He throws and he hits the slant route to Thomas. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 42.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Winston now 9 of 15 throwing the ball, 60%, and it's 1st and 10. Now Kamara, and he will force his way forward for a yard or two, but I have a good feeling this will be coming back. That one whistled against a big right tackle.
You'd think being able to fire out and block it'd be a lot easier to not commit a holding penalty, but it's tough to keep those guys right in front, isn't it?
Here we go again.
He'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down. Back to the ground, it's Kamara. And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line.
Early down stuffs will put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
On third down, here's Kamara. And not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more. A loss of a yard, and it brings up fourth. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. So it's the Packers set to receive the kick. They've got the lead as well as we are underway in the third quarter. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might. This is caught at the 20. Touchdown, Packers. Devontae Adams, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. And remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover. They want to try and put points on the board.
They try to run on first down, but this defense says no dice. They stop him a couple yards behind the line of scrimmage. He's still having trouble moving the ball on the ground.
Yeah, so much for halftime adjustments. Sometimes the best adjustment you make is no adjustment. You just do things better. But in this case, I think an adjustment was in order. They may have to change up and start throwing the ball around a little bit.
And Winston lost the football. And the Packers pick it up. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk-reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit, and in this case, lose the football?
So, should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it, but I think ultimately you got to look at it as a first option, taking care of the ball, getting what you can, and that's it. Don't worry about it anymore.
Don't get nervous.
Following the fumble recovery, Love. That's going to be caught. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
Right there, 56. I don't even know why this team showed up.
And he'll take this into the end zone for a Green Bay touchdown. From 3 yards out. And his guys capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. That's an early touchdown grab for last week's NFC Offensive Player of the Week. He was so electric, and they talked about it all week long. Have to try to contain it.
And now for him, being able to focus on the task at hand and not just immediately assume that last week it totally carries over, but you got to like the start that he has, showing those great hands that we've seen from him throughout.
The Saints take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around. Trying to get it to Thomas, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And the return stops just a few yards shy of midfield. They'll spot the ball at the 47-yard line. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And last time out, another touchdown. I think there may be some empty seats around here by the time the fourth quarter comes around.
Yeah, I have to agree with you because...
And this is caught! Touchdown, Packers! Marquez Valdez-Scantling, 53 yards as his guys continue to pour it on. Extra point right down the middle, and the lead will swell by one more. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
The Saints take over first and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they? And Jameis intercepted a third time. Kevin King with a pick. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line.
All right, work with me, partner. This is a classic understatement. Their execution has been very poor. Last three drives, 2 interceptions and a fumble. Winning football? We're not seeing it right now.
This is Jones. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
They'll go again to Jones. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line, tackled there. It's a gain of 16 and a first down for the green and gold.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball, protect this lead, give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll get 4 here down to the 35-yard line. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Now Jones. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. Give him 10 there. Good enough for a Packer first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 13 yards, first down, Packers.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
And he tries to power forward, but he will not get back to the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the Saints' 12-yard line.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11.
Hey. We got three. Three down.
They'll run it. Here's Dillon. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. The 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards. Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game against them, but tally that one on the side of the defense.
Do you think maybe, possibly, it can be a little bit of a changer for them? Maybe not a game changer, but a little bit of a momentum one that maybe they can string together some pretty good plays and slow them down.
And he will not be able to get the first as he can get this only down to the 5. They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. And that'll do it for the end of the 2nd quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. They'll go with Jones. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the 1st down. And the Saints will have the football back.
Check the out.
They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. And he'll take this one up to about the 13. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Well, they did throw interceptions on their last 2 drives, so no surprise at all they decided to start it with a running play. I'm actually a little bit surprised, though, that they got as much out as they did.
Yeah, decent little gain. Puts them in a pretty good spot for 2nd down. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Following the penalty, it's Kamara. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. They lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. The bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they keep handing it to him.
Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd.
What an advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
12 yards on the return that time. And the Packers will have a short field to work with here as they take over 1st and 10.
Watch Mike. Too low, cut. Double tight. 3 down.
Off the play fake. Love. This is caught. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Allen Lazard with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Extra point splits the uprights, and that will extend this big lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. Some might have returned that one. He won't. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start the drive from the 25. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
A man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Kamara again. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play there, second down. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back. Those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
The Saints on third down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This will be third and forever. It's a 7-yard run, but it does bring up fourth down.
Well, they got off the field on third down. An excellent job, an excellent defensive series. We always talk about adjustments and usually only at halftime. But the best teams adjust series to series. And on that series, they adjusted so well that they got the job done in fine style.
Here's Herman to return. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When you go to the backup, let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row. There were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. These guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game, and that's always puzzled me a little bit.
Off play action. Love. Flushed out right. He's got his man, Valdez-Scantling. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
Throwing on first down. Love. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. It was the veteran safety Malcolm Jenkins who got a hand in there to disrupt it. Fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
So second down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Second and 10. And that's complete to Adams. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up first and 10. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
I know you're trying to wring every yard out of a run, but I think 9 yards there is ideal in this situation.
Yeah, now next couple plays, you only need 1 yard. Keep that clock rolling with a lead here in the fourth.
Yeah, and what you're saying is maybe if it takes you 1 or 2 more runs to get the first down, that's extra time, extra plays. Really hurts the team on defense.
So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They've got a second down now as they look to salt this one away. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 4 yards on the play, and that leads to the first and goal.
Even though positive yardage was gained on that play, I think the defense has to be happy. Obviously, they were prepared for some trick plays coming into the game, and they look very aware that those could happen on any given down.
Looks like he'll throw here. The quick slant caught. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. And for them, this train, it just keeps rolling, doesn't it? Well on their way to yet another victory.
Yeah, it's almost a runaway, isn't it? And you just wonder how anyone could stop this. They got full momentum going, full confidence going. But it's not just their own confidence that is leading them. It's the lack of confidence against their opponents now because they see them coming and think, we've got no shot to beat this team.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And a couple yards deep, he'll go to a knee. He won't return it. And they'll take it out to the 25. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. On the ground, this is Kamara. And this will be taken across midfield and into Green Bay territory.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Check 53. Hey, let's get let's go.
On the ground, Kamara. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. Bit of a surprise. They ran it on 3rd and medium. Proved to be the right call. 1st and 10. A give. This is Kamara. And he's taken down inside the 30. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for Green Bay, they continue to cruise through this first half of the schedule as they move to 8-0 now on the campaign. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for New Orleans, they fall a game under the 500 mark at 3-4 through 7 games. And they'll try to get back on the beam next week as they'll head to Tampa to take on the Bucs. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
100-yard dash. Got it on smash. Foot on the gas. I will not crash. They will not stop me. Tenfold, copy, end zone. Watch me celebrate. I'm cocky. I do my dance. Jump in the stands. No man, man. Oh, there with the hands. Thought he could guard me. I ruin they plans. I do what I want. They do what they can. Got it on smash. Foot on the gas. I will not crash. 100-yard dash. 100-yard dash. 100-yard dash. 100-yard dash. Yeah. They can't catch up cause they lacking the stamina. Way too advanced to be playing with amateurs. They on attack when they tackle like damager. They react and play it back on the camera. Hot boy, just consider me flammable. Sure shot, I got all the intangibles. Need a leash, I'm a beast, I'm an animal. Eat the competition up like a Hannibal. Know the game like I wrote up the manual. I do weekly what you do on the annual. MVP